this position because of my passion. My passion to see my generation and the generation to come succeed in life. One thing that my mentor stressed to me daily is the passion behind everything that you do, whether that's school, whether that's your job, whether that's career. And being that this is Grammy Camp, I know there's so many hungry and so many hungry youth and young adults who will be coming here, and to be able to push them to succeed because someone did it for me and someone is continually doing it for me. So if I can give back in that way and to help see them succeed and be a small piece of the puzzle in their life, that means the world to me. Also, just my drive and determination to see greatness happen. I know, like I said again, there's so many talented teens and youth that'll be coming to this camp, and if I can push them to do things that they may didn't think they could do, whether that's being a listening ear, whether that's being someone they feel they can talk to, that they can trust, that can make them laugh when they're going through, that also means the world to me, and I know that it'll definitely push them to want to do better. Also too, last year I worked at a camp called Fuge Camps in Philadelphia, and it was a 3-month-long camp, and getting the opportunity weekly to work with various students and deal with various issues, whether that was a teen suicide or different things like that, or working with the homeless with them or different things like that, that really pushed me to get out of my comfort zone, and to do things that I thought I couldn't do, and to also be around so many various people from different lifestyles, different walks of life, different nationalities, different races, and to really engulf myself in the culture and really be a light for them. I think that made such a difference in their lives. And now, a year later, to just continually hear from some of the students that I had, that definitely puts a smile on my face. So I think that I'm a strong candidate because of my drive, because of my determination, because of my passion, and because of my love for my generation and the generation to come. And to, like I said, just to help see them do great things in life. Specifically musically, because that's my passion, that's my drive. Music is what gets me up in the morning. Music is what pushes me to want to do great. And to see music spread in the world in various forms, can it get better than that? Some things that I hope to gain from being a counselor at the Grammy Camp is simply, a lot of times we use the word networking in the music industry, but for me, it goes beyond just networking, because sometimes when networking, it stays on the business level, but you never really get to know the pure essence of who someone really is. So for me, it's about building relationships. And I hope out of those relationships turn into friendships, because you never know who you'll meet down the line or who you'll connect with again on another part of the world or different things like that. So the valuable connections that I make there, and also to learning. I don't claim to know everything, and I think coming there with an open mind and an open heart to receive, because sometimes you'll learn. I believe I can learn from the students. I believe that I can learn from my co-laborers, the other counselors and the directors and the different speakers that we have come. So those are some different things that I believe that are vital in our prayer essence is relationships and those friendships that I hope to make from that. I have so many inspirations. Where do I even start? But I do want to mention a few of those inspirations that really, I think, mean a lot to me. My number one would have to be my parents, my mom and my dad, and I say them as my greatest inspiration because without them, I don't think I would really be in love with music like I am today. One thing my parents always pushed me growing up was, if you're going to do something, make sure you do it with your full 110%, make sure you do it with excellence. And just even now to this day, I get a phone call or a text from them, just checking on me, making sure that I'm doing good, making sure that the vision that I told them years ago, that I'm still staying true to that. So my parents are my number one, I call them my number one fans, but they're my number one supporters. I would also have to say Clive Davis, just the empire that he built in the artists such as Whitney Houston and Usher and Jennifer Hudson, artists like that he signed to do great things, and to this day still doing amazing things in the music industry. How can you get any better than that? And I would also have to mention Beyonce, not just because she's great musically, but I would also have to say because of her business sense, and how she's able to do so many things, such as being a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, and so many other things. So I would have to say Beyonce would have to be another great influence for me. I know one instance last year at the Fuse camp that I worked. It was month 2. And being that every morning we had to wake up at 7 a.m. and a lot of times we wouldn't get done until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. the next day, and had to get up, and you're always wanting to be on, always wanting to be excited for the students, because you never want them to see you walking around depressed and sad. It's just not a good camp experience. I mean, as a counselor, you always want to be joyous, and a lot of things that we would go through, it's kind of like you have to remember that this is not about you, it's about these students, and they're here for a week, and you want to give them a great experience. So this one particular morning, I just couldn't get out of bed. I was drained. I was like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this. But I had to stop and think about all the students who depended on me, who really wanted me to be there for them. And if I just lay here in this bed and just missed the whole day, the experiences that I had that day were amazing. So I'm glad that I was able to get up, and I'm glad that I was able to deal with that stress, because it was a stressful time for me. It's a stressful time for a lot of us as counselors, but for me it took a great toll on me. It took a great toll on my body. But because of me motivating myself and realizing that I have to do this for these kids, I have to do this for these students, and really ultimately it helped me, motivating myself to get up. So from that experience, I kind of just learned how to deal with stress the remainder of the camp. Because like when I started out, it was great. Like I said, by the midway point, everything just kind of caved in. But motivating myself and realizing the purpose of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I loved it. And I love seeing my students every morning come in smiling and ready for the next day. And I worked so hard to prepare a lesson for them, and I wanted to give it to them. So that's one example for me of how I handled with stress and overcame it.